Let's go over the software first. We're gonna tackle some of the big chunks of it and then dive into the details. So starting right up here at the top, you've got your search bar up here. Any specific song you may be looking for or presentation you're looking for, you can search for it up here. Then you've got this text and theme edit buttons over here. And then you've got your different modes. So this is show mode, which is gonna take you into this presentation mode where you can click on slides. Edit mode takes you into a PowerPoint type of UI. Reflow, let me tap over to something that I can demonstrate with. Reflow is kind of like edit mode, but it's only dealing with the text that we are editing. So we've got some slides here. We could use reflow to change how our lines are broken up. So we could take a look at this preview here, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. We may want to split it up like this. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. If you wanted to break up a slide, all you have to do is click on the line that you want to break into a new slide, and you can hold Option and Return or Enter, and that'll break it up into two separate slides. So that's what reflow is capable of. The next section here is our Bible app. This will let us look up any scripture on the spot. So let's say we could look up John 3:16. We just type it in there, hit enter, and here comes John 3:16. If we click on it, you'll see that pop right up on the screen. And we can even choose different translations. So you've got NIV, NLT. We could even, let's see if we can add more translations. So we can purchase some more translations or download some more free translations. That's how our Bible app functions. And then some more tools over here. We're not going to be touching this pretty much ever. I'm not seeing any tools that I would really want to highlight immediately. So on this side is going to be how we access our media bins. The media bin is what you're going to be looking for when you're trying to drag in backgrounds and things like that. So if you click on this media button up in the top right, then we see this menu pop up. So we can toggle that on and off. And we've got a whole bunch of folders over here that we can click through. This one is linked directly to the computer's downloads folder. So anything you download, you can find it here. This one is a folder titled Worship Backgrounds. If you ever find some backgrounds that you want to add to slides, all you have to do is drop it into the folder on the computer's desktop. This one right here is labeled Worship Backgrounds. So if I were to open that folder, here's where all of those backgrounds are stored that we're looking at. So a recap on that. That media bin is what lets you grab some of these backgrounds, and those will show up behind whatever you want to display. So you could click on them down here to change, or if you want to just commit the slide to it, we can take it from the media bin and drag it right on top of a slide like this. And that'll add the background right behind. Let's move over to our far right corner. So this is our preview window. On our main screen here on the computer, we can decide what to be previewing, whether it's the first screen, which is our main screen, or this section down here lets you choose the confidence monitor screen. So now you can be viewing what's on the back screen. So those are your previews. And then these buttons over here are your clear cues. So any of these buttons that you hit will remove that type of media from the presentation. So let's say we have some sound that is playing. So we've got some sound playing from ProPres7 itself. If we were to hit this sound clear button, that kills the sound. So we've got one that kills sound, that kills stage display messages, which you don't need to worry about too much. The ones that we want to think about the most are these three. So this is going to be clearing your slides, like your lyrics. This will be clearing your backgrounds. And the big red X clears everything all at once. So that'll take you straight to blackout. Let's pull up an old service and demonstrate some of that. Let's say we've got these lyrics here that we're displaying. If we wanted to get rid of the background, all we'd have to do is hit this clear button that gets rid of the background. Now, if we wanted to keep the background, but get rid of the text, opposite. We just hit this top button, the top red one that says clear slide. By the way, if you hover over any of these buttons and just let your mouse sit there, there'll be a little bubble that'll pop up and tell you what it does. So that small bubble right next to my mouse says clear all. If I were to hover here, it says clear audio. If I were to hover here, it says clear slide. So that's our clear buttons. Next, these are our macro sections. There's a few things that we want to keep in mind here. One is we can toss in any audio files that we want to have on hand right here in this audio section. It's got like a couple eighth notes as its icon. So you can throw some audio files in here and they're ready to play at any time from ProPres7. The next one that we want to keep in mind is actually this middle one called timers. This is where we're going to find segment timers, and that's going to show up on our stage display. A sermon timer, if we hit play right here on the right side of it, you'll notice that that blue timer is what counts down for the 25 minutes that we're allotting for the sermon. Then we can hit stop and restart like this. And then the segment timer is our other one, which that can be a variable time. The way that you change that is you can hit this drop down right here and then adjust the duration. Let's say that I need it to be a 5 minute and 30-second timer. Now I restart that and hit play, and we see on our confidence monitor that that timer has updated to be 5 minutes and 30 seconds and counting down, right? And when that timer starts to run out of time, let me just demonstrate that with a 10-second timer, or I'll do a 5-second timer. Once that runs out, you'll notice that the timer will run into the red. So that'll be a signal for whoever is on stage with any given element that their time is running out and they need to wrap up. And we can add more timers if we want to, like we have this one called VBS Countdown, which we no longer need, but we can create as many as we want. Any of these given sections, you'll find a plus button in the corner somewhere that'll let you add new elements to it. I'll go ahead and delete the one that I just added. Those are the two big ones, our audio playlists and our timer playlists. Next, I would love to talk about what's happening in this far left section. So we've got a few different structures of organization inside of ProPres7 that we want to be familiar with. The first one you'll see is libraries. So these orange sections are libraries. These are the places where our presentations are going to be housed. So you'll see that we've got 3 libraries here. We've got one labeled sermons and service. So that's anything that includes our sermon slides, our children's feature, or anything that is not songs, essentially. Then we have 2 more libraries. One, which is CCM, which is contemporary Christian music. The third library, the final library, is hymns. So we have those split up just so it's easy to navigate to. If you're looking for a specific presentation, that's where you'll be able to find it. And if you're importing any presentations, that's where we're asking you to save them. Next thing is playlists. This is what we're operating out of on any given service. These are the places we're going to actually build service flow. So we've got one folder of playlists that's for our worship services. The next one is for Grace Notes. That's Pastor Mike's Sabbath School. Archives is just where we're tossing in the old stuff before permanently deleting them.